Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
Fascism isn't just coming, it's already here.
This is what kicking the out of fascism looks like.
Donald Trump is a fascist.
Trump is a fascist dictator.
As a fascist dictator.
Fascist chaos.
Fascist regime.
Look, are they a threat to democracy? Yes. Are they going to take our rights away? Yes. Are they going to put people's lives in danger? Yes. Are they going to endanger the planet by not dealing with climate change? Yes.
He's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups. And I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions.
It is Trump-aligned influencers who are posting up a storm about this case on social media. Elon Musk, Charlie Kirk, other Trump-aligned figures succeeded in making this senseless death a symbol of big city crime. And it's being used, as you said, Brianna, as a political symbol, with MAGA media calling for more forceful punishments and more incarceration. I have to say, some of the replies to Musk, some of the comments around this story are baldly racist.
How many times have I said it? In the last 4 or 5 years, how many times have we talked about this? How many times have I said, if CNN, MSNBC want to survive, they have got to eradicate the woke fungus. Firing Don Lemon is not enough. Firing Joy Reid and her wicked weave, not enough. Firing the donut diva Brian Stelter and then rehiring his balding ass, who for reasons unknown refuses to commit to losing all of his hair. Firing the donut diva, not enough. If CNN and MSNBC want to survive, they have got to completely eradicate the woke fungus. You cannot leave a microscopic cell of this parasite in your organization. I don't care if everyone on television is normal and the part-time intern is infected with the fungus. The intern has got to go, because if you allow even one infected person in your organization, over time, that one person infects another, and then another. And the next thing you know, a once prestigious network like MSNBC is on life support, and CNN is well on its way to being buried in the woke cemetery. I know this is hard to see right now, but oftentimes, positive change can come out of tragedy. You gotta go through pain to experience growth. I woke up this morning to a text message from one of my good friends. He sent me this picture of me and my dad from his wedding weekend, which was 10 years ago today. Now, I look happy in the picture, and it was a great weekend, but when I saw the picture this morning, it brought me back to a rough period in my life. 2 months prior to that picture, I'd gotten my final DUI. And the reason I say it's my final DUI is because I no longer drink. Kinda hard to get a DUI when you remove the booze from the equation. At the time, I was going through a divorce. I was miserable at my job. I hated that place. And look. It was not their fault. I just knew I was not supposed to be there. Every day was the same. Wake up with a headache from drinking the night before, drag myself out of bed to sit behind a desk for 8 or 9 hours and do the exact same thing that I did the day before. I would be counting down to the weekend on the way to work Monday morning. And I wasn't all that excited on Friday afternoon because I knew Monday morning was only 60 hours away. I lived that way for years. Now, obviously, I wasn't miserable all the time. You try to make the best of it when you're living in the shit, but I know for damn sure I never want to go back to that life. However, looking back at it now, I had to go through all of that misery to be where I am today. It was like God was putting me through all of that in preparation for the life that I have now. I would not be the husband I am today. I would not be the content creator I am today. And I damn sure wouldn't be as motivated if I didn't go through all those years of misery. It's going on 5 years now since I quit my job, and I am more motivated now than I was in June of 2021 when I walked out of the office for the final time, because I have never forgotten how miserable it was. My dad has saved 99 cents of every dollar that he's earned. He hadn't been poor in decades, but he still saves the vast majority of his money. Why? Because he grew up dirt poor and he's never forgotten. Obviously, we all wish Charlie Kirk was still with us. And when I say we, I'm talking about normal people. I'm not talking about the evil minority who are celebrating his demise. But there is one positive that has come out of this tragedy with Charlie Kirk. Accountability. Normal people, and I'm talking about normal people on both sides. Like I told you guys the other day, there are some normal Democrats. Now, there aren't very many, but guys like Stephen A. Smith, Chris Cuomo, hey, it's me, Chrissy C. There are some normal people that I don't agree with politically. Normal people on both sides have finally said, enough is enough. Evil is being held accountable. Hundreds, maybe even thousands of people have lost their jobs for celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. And based on what Erica Kirk said in one of the most powerful, inspiring speeches I've heard, this moment is not going to be forgotten. This level of accountability, it's not something that's happening right now and it's going to eventually die down. Just like my dad never forgot about being poor growing up, just like I didn't forget the years of misery, normal people will not forget this moment. And this is a nightmare scenario for the remaining deacons at Woke United Methodist. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the second channel in the description below. Today on the second channel, going to be talking about the ongoing humiliation of Shedeur Sanders in Cleveland. According to local reports in Cleveland, Deion's baby boy has become so irrelevant, he is not even allowed to practice with the scout team. I'll give you all the details, so click the link in the description below. Subscribe to the second channel. Yesterday morning, top management at MSNBC sent out a memo to all staff members. The memo was signed by Brian Roberts, the CEO of Comcast, Mike Cavanaugh, who I believe is the president of Comcast, and Mark Lazarus, the CEO of Versant, which is now the proud owner of this unbelievable turd known as MSNBC. Now, I'm sure you noticed in this group of executives, there was no representation from NBC at a network that's supposedly dedicated to inclusion. They decided to exclude executives from NBC. Why? Because NBC no longer wants to be associated with MSNBC. They are doing everything they can to distance themselves from this flaming ass fire. The letter to MSNBC staffers opened by mourning the death of Charlie Kirk. Executives condemned violence. They quoted one of Charlie Kirk's brilliant ideas. Charlie Kirk believed when people stopped talking, bad things happen. But it was the final paragraph that served as a potential warning for woke welfare collectors at the network. Whether you agreed with Charlie Kirk or not doesn't matter. We must maintain a respectful exchange of ideas, and this is a principle that we will champion. As employees and former woke welfare collectors, we ask that you embody our values. We should engage with respect, listen, and treat people with kindness. This might not seem like a big deal. It is. This letter from executives, it does not get sent 4 days ago. This letter doesn't get sent on September 9th. Like I've been telling you guys all week, your voice matters. I promise you. This letter was sent because executives at MSNBC see what's happening on Twitter. They see thousands of people being exposed for their vile comments. They see people getting fired for celebrating the demise of Charlie Kirk. What MSNBC is essentially telling their employees, we don't want these problems. You either step up and abide or you step aside. And it's not only the reactions from normal people that's causing this potential change at MSNBC. Over the last couple of days, their ratings have been in the pooper. September 10th, the tragic day that we lost Charlie Kirk, MSNBC averaged 1.2 million viewers in prime time. Following day, September 11th, they lost 200,000 viewers. They averaged 1 million in prime time. Well, Casey, what are you talking about? For MSNBC, these numbers are great. Yeah, on a normal Wednesday and Thursday night, these ratings would be celebrated at MSNBC. But Charlie Kirk is the biggest story of the year. Hell, I heard someone the other day describe this as the biggest story of the 21st century. Last month, Jesse Watters averaged 3 million viewers. Wednesday, Watters drew 5.3 million. Thursday, 4.2 million. You see the difference? During the biggest story of the year, MSNBC saw a slight, minimal increase, while Fox News saw a massive increase. What does that tell you? It tells me people are not relying on MSNBC for breaking news, mainly because they don't trust them, along with the fact that MSNBC is presenting nothing but divisive garbage. I know we joke around a lot about deacons at Woke United Methodist. I know we joke about the woke fungus, but that is not hyperbole. It's real. This ideology is a disease. Here in America, it's a disease that was mainly started on college campuses back in the 1960s and 1970s. It's a disease that spread into public schools. It's a disease that eventually spread into sports and entertainment. And it's a disease that Charlie Kirk was fighting on college campuses and defeating. And that's the reason Charlie Kirk was taken out. But his beliefs, his movement, his message, it doesn't die with him. It's ironic that his organization is called Turning Point USA because I think this is the turning point. The outcasts who have been presented as the vocal majority, mainly because normal people have been too busy living their lives being normal people. The outcasts who have been presented as the vocal majority, they have been exposed as the minority. And normal people are finally coming to the realization they've got all the power. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.